and welcome to this week's free episode of Smart Money Sundays. As usual, we are going to cover just a few things that I'm looking forward to for the week ahead. And as usual, if you would like more in-depth analysis on a consistent basis throughout the week, feel free to message us on Telegram at ArielFX Trading, and we'd be happy to get you involved in our community. Okay, so as usual, Euro USD, my favorite pair. Want to break this thing down a little bit from a higher time frame perspective, and I've talked about this on prior week's episodes, but the level that I'm looking to achieve here on Euro is 1.2300. As you can see, even on the daily time frame, where we had liquidity engineered within these wicks and the run on that liquidity in the subsequent downtrend for the short term. Okay, I expect price to go ahead and rebalance and account for this level, if not make a new higher high. A higher time frame Euro USD is still in a significant uptrend. Ultimately, I do expect 1.2500. Okay, but at least having this area of interest, or we believe price is going to be magnetized towards, will give us conviction behind our intraday, intra-week positions and bias. Okay, so with EU, I will be looking to continue to buy this thing with a weekly objective of 1.23, specifically 1.23066. And in terms of POIs for continuations to the upside, okay, I am looking at a simple retest. Obviously, price accumulated last week. The high of this accumulation, I would like to see price trade down into discount and accumulate within my box here around 1.2100, 1.2120. That kind of 20 pip range I will be looking to scale in for continuations. Now, price could very easily, and I've seen this happen before, price could very easily run this accumulation, run the liquidity, the sell stops beneath, and trade into the higher time frame structure here, where liquidity was run, equal lows, okay, and then get our final push up into our objective. Okay, so two possibilities. Again, I'm not really looking to sell this. As you can see here, we've created our retail equal top or double top, whatever they call it. Okay, and so this is not a top in the market. I'm expecting price to ultimately run that and obviously come higher into our higher time frame objective. Okay, so you have the two levels on EU. You can monitor lower time frame price action for confirmation, but I'm either looking for buys here, or if we breach the liquidity within this consolidation, I will be looking for buys here at 1.2025. Okay, very simple. Our higher time frame objective, 1.2300. Okay. AUD USD. This one's another interesting one. Okay, this one never really did trade up into our higher time frame sponsor candle up here. Okay, so ultimately I expect us to trade up into this more significantly than just this high here. Okay, so what I'm looking at this on the 4-hour time frames being is a typical retail head and shoulders, okay, where we have our left head, or excuse me, our left shoulder, our head, and our right shoulder. Okay, and so most retail traders are going to be looking to sell this thing upon the break and the retest of the neckline. Okay, smart money, we know we never really met our higher time frame objectives at 7,900, 7,950. Ultimately, I think 7,950 will be the target. Okay, and so what I want to see is a massive fake out of our head and shoulders. Okay, trigger the sell stops, take all the liquidity resting beneath these lows, and then get the moon up into 7,900, 7,950. Okay, so you might find potentially a short-term selling opportunity, okay, off of this candle here. Okay, but ultimately I'm expecting us to run out the neckline, trade into an old high around 7,650, and then continue up into our higher time frame objectives as we outlined on Euro USD as well. Okay. Now, GBP USD is another one. Now we've created relative equal highs on the daily time frame engineering liquidity, I expect the buy stops to be run above this high and for price to ultimately trade into 1.4285. Okay, this level up here, which ran out liquidity in the past. Okay, so 1.4300, 1.4285 is the ultimate level for GBP USD for me. Okay, and so in the short term, in the interim, I expect GU to run out the liquidity, the sell stops beneath these relative equal lows here, as we just ran out the buy stops. Okay, so I'm expecting a run and then a continuation, as we are on EU and on AU. Okay, specifically, I'll give you my two POIs. My first is going to be this level here, 3-minute time frame, 1.4085, where we ran out significant liquidity within our double bottom. Okay, this 3-minute candle was never accounted for. Okay, price engineered more liquidity here to be run out ultimately when we trade down into this candlestick. Okay, so that is my first level. Zoom back out. So 1.4085, it could be a very tight stop for a massive risk to reward. Okay, or you can play it more conservatively and wait for the confirmation, lower time frame price action, the accumulation, the break of structure on the lower time frame. Okay, but if we do breach through this 3-minute candle, I will be then looking at this candle here at our last point of return, higher low, higher high, to be taking this thing long again up into that 1.4300. Okay, so we are bullish still on GU, okay, until we breach this level here. Okay, so I will continue to look for buys. I'm really not interested in buying the US dollar. Okay, so I'm still looking for opportunities to short the dollar. As you know, the dollar has been death for quite some time. Okay, so here are my levels again on GU. Make sure you mark them off on your chart, 4085, 4033. Okay, again, you might find a short-term selling opportunity. Okay, but just remember our higher time frame objectives and our higher time frame market structure and trend. Okay, Euro JPY, another one I really like. Okay, weekly time frame, I am expecting price to dig up into this candle ultimately. As you can see, wick, engineering the liquidity, run the liquidity, buy to sell, trade into an old candle as well. Okay, so 1358 is the higher time frame objective. Okay, equal highs now on the weekly time frame as well. Okay, so with that understanding, with that objective, where can we look for buys? Personally, I am looking specifically at this region of price here, where we engineered the lows, ran the lows, created a new high. Okay, so price would be running out all the short-term lows, all the short-term liquidity, trading into our real sponsor candle for a continuation. So 131.9, I'll look to get long on this again up into 135.8 as our ultimate higher time frame objective. Okay, so very simple, 131.9. Okay, GBP CHF, another one that's been significantly bullish for quite some time. We have not yet traded up into my level on this one. I'm expecting 1.3100. Okay, so I'm still looking for buys, and as you can see, even on the daily time frame, a massive consolidation and accumulation here. Okay, an expansionary move. So market rebalance, POI, daily inefficiency fill, 1.2650. Okay, I'd really like to see this level met where we ran out liquidity, equal lows. You can see this 8-hour candle. I'm looking to play off the high of this 8-hour candle and running out this singular wick low. Okay, so very, very simple. Again, you can just simply wait to see how price reacts and responds to the POI. Okay, but I believe this is a very strong point of interest that will be respected And if price isn't going to at least create a new high, I think we at least need to come and rebalance the price action in here, 1.2950. Okay, so we ran the liquidity, break of structure, rebalance, mitigation, continuation. First targets can be within the imbalance at 2950, and then ultimately you can target a new high at 1.3100 in my opinion. Okay, so that is what I am looking at for the week. If you have any questions, feel free to message us on Telegram at ArielFXTrading. Follow us on IG at Ariel__FX. And we'd be happy to speak with you and get you involved in our community. All right, have a great week. Thanks.